Hi, I'm Suzanne Klein, founder and CEO of WriteSteps. I have Arlynn King here, our wonderful coaching director.
Hi.
Thank you, Arlynn, for taking time out of your busy day. I know you're in classrooms a lot, meeting with teachers, doing professional development, so thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
So to our WriteSteps audience out there, we hope you enjoyed our last vlog that answered some key questions about Smarter Balance and the PARCC testing. If you missed it, you can watch the video of Arlynn and I speaking about those two tests on our Inspired Writer blog at our website at www.writestepswriting.com/blog. And so you'll find it there. And so Arlynn and I are continuing our discussion on Smarter Balance and PARCC assessments with the emphasis today on text-dependent questions versus non-text-dependent questions. So it's definitely a must-hear message for teachers out there trying to get ready for the Common Core tests. So one of the things that I learned at the assessment consortium panel is that there's going to be more emphasis on text-dependent questions versus non-text-dependent questions. For example, some of the tests used will be a question like, after reading blank, write about how you feel about blank, for example. So Arlynn, can you explain the difference to our audience out there between the non-text dependent versus the text dependent questions, and using examples for our audience would be helpful.
Yes. The standards call for both types of response to text writing. The non-text dependent questions are when students communicate their thinking, their self-expression, and their exploration. The teachers might prompt, what questions do you have? How was your thinking changed? What does it make you wonder? But they also include the text-dependent questions where students write in response to sources. And they answer questions by drawing on evidence from the text in support of their ideas. The teachers might prompt, what did you read that makes you feel that way? Or what did you read that makes you say that? What is the evidence from the text that supports the main idea? They might ask them to cite page numbers or quotations. Or did the author present his or her opinion on the topic? And then they'll ask them to present evidence from the text.
All right, and so it looks like that it kind of reminds me of when I was a teacher in the classroom, and it was always the text to self was kind of the non-dependent text questions where you had to, draw in your own experiences. But you're saying that it's going to be more text-dependent type questions, less text to self.
Well, there will be a lot of that, and the test is set up so the students can scroll up and down in the text and refer back so that they can easily cite the text.
Excellent. Well, I think it's also important to mention that we are very proud of the hard work that we did for Revision 4, and you did a lot of that work, and looking at all of the materials that we recreated and revised for the test with the revision that we've done in the summer. What did you discover? Because, we revised for Smarter Balance and PARCC and what we were seeing. What did you discover about the text dependent, and how have we changed to include these in the lessons?
Well, WriteSteps has always included Writing to Learn, which is short writing assignments focused on ideas. And we've always included Writing to Demonstrate Knowledge, which is the opportunity for writers to show what they've learned about writing, narratives, essays, reports, opinions, research papers. But we've now added response to text, and these are opportunities for students to express what they've learned as readers. So they're asked to do close reading and then respond.
And we added a lot of that response to reading.
We did. We added a lot, particularly in grades 3 through 5. We added it, this is important, we added it in narrative, informative, and opinion writing.
Excellent, thank you. Well, I definitely am very proud of what we've created, and I know that our users will feel very prepared when their students take the test, so it's great. Well, I think it's important that the Common Core should blur the line between testing and learning. How do the tests incorporate that response to reading and using different forms of media?
Well, the Common Core tests include a large amount of response to text to writing, which we already mentioned. And the students also, though, respond to video and audio recordings, not just written text. And this response writing is emphasized because the goal for readers of all ages is to understand and learn from what they've read and to be able to express what they've learned, express their knowledge clearly. Now, on a side note, there's a tech-ready tool that can be found at, I'm going to give you a website, www.techreadiness.net. The Technology Ready tool, they call it TRT, helps schools determine if they have sufficient technology to administer the Smarter Balanced and the PARCC assessments. This is a concern for a lot of schools, and so this is a nice tool to be able to check it out.
Absolutely. And so a school who's wondering if their broadband is going to be sufficient enough, or do they have enough computers, that's what that whole techreadiness.net website will do. And so we recommend our viewers today to check that out, or have their administrator check that out to see, are they going to be ready for the Common Core test in 20 coming up right around the corner.
Yes.
So, well, thank you, Arlynn, for your time. I, begin all the staff meetings, as you know, with a quote, and I think it's important to end our vlog here with a quote that I think will be inspiring to our viewers. It's by Nelson Mandela. He said that education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. And so let's use Common Core to help change the world and prepare our children for a bright future with the empowerment through the pen, as we say. So have a great rest of the day, Arlynn, and thank you for all that you're doing to help support teachers in the classroom.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you to our viewers. We hope this has been helpful, and stay tuned for our next vlog, and it'll be another important topic. Thank you.